Going On, a Livingston County-based podcast that's based in, well, Livingston County. And now, Mike and John.
How do we know this is based in Livingston County? We could be anywhere.
We could be in a basement anywhere. You're right.
You're right.
And how do we know? We got it going on.
I got to use the big pencil here.
You're going to change the angle?
You're leaning in again, and I got to...
I'm sorry. Can you get me a recliner?
Center. There. Want to
Is that
center
a little better? All right.
Is that better?
I think so.
That's more centered.
Oh, sorry. I'm hitting the table
Big
again.
pencil.
Yes.
It's our director.
That's our camera mover.
That's our camera operator.
Well, here it is. It's Wednesday, March 9th. Today is Get Over It Day.
Get over it.
Get over it. Whatever it is, get over it.
Yeah.
We got over it, and now we got it going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was invented in 2005, by the way, Get Over It Day.
Was it invented by a wife?
No, it was actually invented, well...
Because how many times have our wives said, just get over it. God, just move on.
A guy was having a difficult time after the loss of his girlfriend.
Okay.
Says the loss, I don't know if it was she moved on in life.
I'm assuming
or if she passed away.
No, I'm assuming it's a breakup, but okay.
So it's meant for us to help people get past those types of things. That's
right, because I think if your girlfriend or your significant other died, it's like, hey, get over it.
It's about time you get over
it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. My wife for 30 years died. Get over it. No, I mean...
that's not very nice.
No, that's not. So I'm assuming that she just left.
Yeah, but she found another guy, and now it's time for him to get over it.
She got over it.
Yeah, she did.
All right.
That's what she said.
She's got it going on.
It's National Crab Meat Day today.
I like crab. Not a crab eater? No, you don't. Not a seafood eater?
I don't eat that much seafood.
Okay.
No. But crab meat, I remember when I worked in the restaurants making crab meat salad. It was probably fake crab meat.
Right, it's just like cod,
like white
colored
orange strips on it, and you slice it. It almost looked like a cheese stick.
Right.
It was like that. And then it's National Meatball Day today, too. Meatballs.
That was my CB name.
Meatball?
Yeah. My CB handle.
I never had a CB. Yeah. Did you ever talk to anybody on the CB?
Yeah, back in the mid-'70s, my dad got a CB, and it was the big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the time, 70s.
So was it a Breaker 19?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
And we had a VW van, and he put it in there.
Boy, nothing says cool like having a CB in the 70s in a VW van.
The Kings are here with their VW van and their CB.
Did you pull up next to truckers and make them honk the horn?
They moved from California. So, yeah, I used to play around. And I remember one time I was in there, I was playing around. My dad wasn't around or whatever, and I'm like, just being a dumb kid on the CB, and then some trucker came back and like, get off the radio. I'm like, oh, that's all right.
Well, they were quite the craze, especially after Smokey and the Bandit.
Well, right.
Breaker 19, we got us a convoy. And then there was the Convoy song, which of course was based along CDs and truckers.
It's funny. I just the other day. I put a post on this on Facebook. Look, I'm a guy. I was raised on the Beatles and the Stones, and Zeppelin and Rush
and Tool.
No. And fine, but no. And the other day, I heard "Eastbound and Down," which was from
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit from Jerry Reed.
Did you crank it up?
And I loved it. I'm like, God, this song is a really good song. And the next thing you know, I'm like, Eastbound and down, yeehaw! Get the cowboy hat on,
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was. It was Eastbound and Down. Did it for me.
Okay. we are going to be discussing trucker songs today, right?
No, I just thought I'd mention that for you.
All right, it's time for GIGO news.
Yes, GIGO. That's the Italian version.
Oh,
and then we get the
GIGO
news.
The GIGO news.
All right. Here's what's going on. Michigan House lawmakers unanimously passed a bill Tuesday that would require regular updates to the public on the status of petition drives. The bill, which the state Senate approved last Wednesday, now heads to Governor Gretchen Whitmer for her signature. The legislation requires the Secretary of State's office to post a summary of voter-initiated petitions online within 2 business days after they're filed and to update a petition status online at least once every 30 days. State Representative Ann Bolin previously said the new requirements would be very helpful for all parties involved. The Brighton Township Republican, speaking last September during a House Elections and Ethics Committee hearing, said it would free up the inquiries, the calls, the emails if we could just all access that information ourselves. In a rare show of bipartisanship, the Senate overwhelmingly approved a measure Tuesday evening, spearheaded by Michigan Democratic Senator Gary Peters, to shore up the Postal Service's finances. Peters, who chaired the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, which oversees the Postal Service, introduced the Senate version of the bill. Its major reform is dumping the requirement that the Postal Service pre-fund health benefits for employees, something no other government agency is required to do. The legislation also requires postal workers to enroll in Medicare once they're eligible and maintains 6-day delivery services. Altogether, the effort's expected to save the Postal Service nearly $50 billion over a decade. And Phase 2 of Brighton's Northwest Neighborhood Project gets underway today. Contractors will be removing the pavement on North 4th Street, Chestnut, North 1st, and Walnut. Those streets will be closed to through traffic. Drivers in that area can expect to experience detours and traffic delays for the duration of the project. City officials say the work will include the replacement of all water and sewer mains, the installation of a storm sewer system, including the installation of curb and gutter, replacement of driveway approaches, the installation of sidewalks, removal and replacement of street trees where applicable, as well as the complete rehabilitation of all the roadways. You'll find complete details on that project on the Mike and John Facebook page. And that's what's going on.
All right. So, of course, Mike and John got it going on, brought to you by Firehouse Doors, locally owned and operated here in Livingston County, serving our residents for the past 24 years. You know, you mentioned the road projects in Brighton. Of course, there was the Crooked Lake Road repair that's going to be going on in the Howell area. And I don't know what people complain about more, the potholes, the roads that need to be fixed, or when we finally get the roads fixed and we have to wait or we have to find a diversion, another route. And I noticed they were patching potholes
all of
here
the above. We complain about everything.
We love to complain.
We complain that the roads are crappy, and then we complain when they say, all right, well, we're going to fix them. Now
you're going to slow me down.
Right.
And it was the same thing yesterday when I was coming over here to the little podcast that matters. And I hit a pothole coming into the subdivision. And then when I was leaving, the guy was out there with a shovel repairing the potholes. They must have heard me.
Yeah, they did.
So I got a little pull around here. So
yeah, you do.
Yeah, sure I do. But it was one guy, a truck, and a shovel, pretty much.
Right. It was the city of Howell, and
shovel asphalt,
pat it
down,
and there were some rough spots, and I'm just waiting for when they have to redo all the streets, and I get the assessment.
Is that what you're waiting for?
That'll be great.
That'll be
anyway.
Nice.
Speaking of which, so yesterday I'm getting on the freeway, and just pulling onto 96, heading east. Right from the Outlet Mall entrance there, whatever that's Burkhart
Road.
And getting on and just merging into the freeway, and this rock comes flying and cracks my windshield. And I'm like, and at first, when it hits that, you're like, ah! And I'm like, what the fuck? And then did I say that?
You can't say it. We'll bleep that.
No, we won't. I didn't quite say it. I think I kind of bleeped myself.
WTF.
But I didn't.
That's what
the F.
Said.
I didn't fully. No, I did not fully pronounce the F.
You didn't go full F to K. We're going F to K today.
Write that down.
F to K.
It's the F to K day. And so
I don't want to write it on our sponsor.
What? And I look and I took a quick glance because I'm getting on the freeway, so I got to concentrate on driving. And I took a quick. Oh, okay, I didn't see anything. I'm fine. But a minute later, I kind of take a closer look and I see the crack, and I'm like, "What the?"
Then you get madder and it's aggressive.
And I did get. I was like, and I'm like, "Oh, this is." And then I get home and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they do that for free." I call the insurance company. They're like, we'll come in. We'll do it in your driveway. Just free, don't worry about it. I'm like,
you got so upset about that.
I guess I shouldn't have been.
Every now and then he gets that way.
Not just every now and then.
Well, pretty much 3 or 4 times a day on any given day. Something else, I was kind of hoping you had your KISS shirt on for this. Yeah. KISS. You know how KISS has been one of the best branded rock bands of all time, I think.
I would say that's true.
Because, not just fame, but, a lot of makeup can go a long way.
How many rock stars sold Folgers? Don't forget Paul Stanley.
I forgot about that.
He was in a Folgers commercial. It's true.
Do we got that right here?
Well, now I will now. Thanks. More work for me.
Just making a little extra work for our tech department. So anyway, finally, after all this time, KISS is releasing their version of cold gin. Actually, gin with different flavors.
Oh.
Did you hear about that?
I did not.
How long has cold gin been out there? You would think
40 years, 40 plus,
I don't know if
40, almost 45.
I don't know if it's because it's dawned on them by now,
45 years.
or if they've had to go through certain channels, or if they were like we would be if we were coming up with Mike and John vodka.
Right.
If they had to go through stages of legalization, or picking the right taste, or if it was a licensing thing, but they've come out with their own version of cold gin, a couple of different flavors. So pretty cool stuff. I haven't tried it yet, but I guess it's about $40 a bottle.
Okay.
$40 a bottle.
I was gonna say I'd buy something like that. Probably,
not
probably
$40 a bottle.
But on the other hand, lots of people are boycotting Russian vodka because of what's going on in Ukraine. So this would be a perfect time to come out with your American-made vodka.
Well, and one of the popular brands, Stoli, is one of the ones that they were glad. They're not even based in Germany or in Russia anymore, but they've just decided we're just going to go by Stoli instead of Stolaknia because everybody calls it Stoli.
Stolichnaya.
Yeah.
Stolichnaya.
Stolichnaya and wine.
Give me some Stoli.
Tonic.
Yeah.
Stoli and tonic. That kind of thing. So anyway, so cold gin, Kiss, different flavors. If anybody's tried it, let us know on our Mike and John Got It Going On Facebook page. Which, by the way, we would like to know where you listen to us or where you catch us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, RSS, or...
Yo, Mama's it. I'm working on getting the Paul Stanley picture that you now made me do. Which we already did, because it's gone now.
It's been here and gone.
It's like a time machine.
Wow.
But Yo Mama's 8-track.
Your Mama's 8-track.
Right. So go to wherever you download podcasts and keep typing in Yo Mama's 8-track till it shows up. It's there.
Can we try it now?
Well, no,
and put a picture up?
We're using
well,
my
not
phone
on that one. But I mean on your computer, we can put the picture up there?
No, use
your Mama's... Well, I'm
you have an iPhone?
ready to...
you have an iPhone?
Yeah, but you're more tech savvy than I am.
Tell me about it.
Couple of things coming up. Uncle Bill's School of Fools in just a little while. Also, since we're talking booze, we'll talk to a local brewery owner, good friend of the program, Trevor Brooks, Eternity Brewing in Howell. And they've survived the pandemic and everything that goes along with it or went along with it. So we'll talk to him about how they've survived that and some of the new things they're doing. And of course, Mike and John Got It Going On, brought to you by Firehouse Doors.
Of course, they're located in Livingston County, as is this podcast. We've only been here for about 24 days. They've been in Livingston County for 24 years. So a family-owned business. They're striving to treat each customer like family, and I'm a customer, and I can tell you it's a great service. Firehouse Doors, veteran-owned. Mike, a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, serving in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. They're your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And for the past 21 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. And until April 1st, tell them Mike and John sent you, and you get 5% off your bill. No exclusions apply.
Yeah, they've been serving the county for over 25 years, or 24 years, as you said, and we're on how many days?
This is episode 19.
Episode 19.
Yeah.
In the basement. And things have really improved since day one.
Well, yeah, they have. We got a Van Halen poster.
Yeah.
See?
We got our lunch boxes
Got our
back.
lunch boxes
Matter of
back.
fact, I think we should have a featured lunch box today.
You think we
should?
should?
What do you think?
Which one do you want? I don't know.
Well, this was one of our favorites.
All right. Ah, yes. Happy Days.
The Happy Days lunchbox. Now, this one you can't find on eBay or I am.
Yeah. Okay.
We're doing the slow motion rotation.
Oh, very nice.
Sit on it, Potsy.
Yeah.
There's something inside this too, which I'm kind of scared. Is this where the cookies are?
No.
We haven't done a cookie check.
No.
We haven't checked up on you.
No, because you're observing Lent.
Yes.
So now the thing is I've been good in staying away from the cookies, but...
Are those the Polanski twins? Where's the Hooper triplets?
Yeah.
All right, so that's our lunchbox.
You want to see what's in there?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay.
All right, I just want to note before John reveals this is none of my stuff.
We've got a rubber duck.
Uh-huh.
We have another rubber duck with duct tape on it.
Yeah, see, that one was
I don't
fixed.
know the story about that.
I think that one was in one of those Ducky Dashes from the downtown Brighton.
Why it's taped up, I don't know. Then we got a little Snoopy thing. And
why do you keep that stuff?
wait till you see what's in the other one.
All right, it's time for our community spotlight.
No, not yet.
Are we doing a cookie check? All right, yep. Let's check
so we
this
got-
out. There was supposed to be 11 left in here.
No, remember I had one.
Oh, that's right. You were a good boy one day. So there should be 10
yeah,
left.
I fixed the...
There's 9 in here.
No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Yeah.
I must have been a good boy and gave myself another cookie. Just like now. Well, I don't want them to go stale.
Well, are they still good?
That's not fair. That's not fair to the Girl Scouts.
It's not fair to those that made these cookies.
Right.
Were these made in America, by the way? Since, the Girl Scouts are an American institution.
I hope so.
I don't know.
I'm sure they are.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it.
Oh, great. Yeah, they're made in America.
I don't know if they are or not. Maybe the box was made in America. We'll see. All right, so it's time for our Community Spotlight, brought to you by Jordan Genso. Where are they?
It says distributed by
in
Ferrara Candy Company.
Ferrara. Where's that? All right. Jordan Genso, the Genso
it says manufactured in a shared facility with peanuts, so they're letting you know there's peanuts in here.
But we have a Mr. Peanut story coming up later on in our 2 cent history.
But it does not.
It doesn't say. Do they taste like they were made in America?
I wonder now.
Let's give Trevor a call. It's time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got a little bogged down.
Sometimes he goes down those rabbit holes and we just
now.
Can't get him back.
It's the news hound in me, it is.
It really is.
All right, our Community Spotlight segment sponsored by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at RE/MAX Platinum. Jordan, a realtor by profession with 15 years experience and a passion for building our community. An expert in what's happening locally. You can put that experience to use when you need a listing agent who can communicate to buyers all the wonderful reasons they should choose your home. Call Jordan Genso, 248-444-9777.
And in our Community Spotlight today, Trevor Brooks from Eternity Brewing in downtown Howell. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Doing pretty good. We got you up bright and early today to talk beer.
It's always a good time to talk beer, and I've got a 3 and a 6-year-old at home, so this is not early.
Okay, so it wasn't us that woke you up, so good news there.
Definitely not.
We were just talking about Kiss and their distribution now of cold gin, and they've got a few different versions, so we thought, what a great time to talk to Trevor about a Mike and John beer. Your thoughts?
Well, we could probably arrange that.
All right.
We've done some private label work in the past. Actually, last summer we did a private label for Mackle's Tables and Taps in Heartland, a specific beer just for Joe over there.
So what kind of flavors or notes do you think would go into a Mike and John beer other than regret and bitterness?
And a little nutty.
Yeah.
So John would be the regret and bitter.
Yeah, that'd be.
I could bring
something big, like bitter, or the bitter, some sort of a little bitter taste, like bitters.
Maybe we could probably use a little apple cider vinegar and a brown ale.
Ooh, okay, there you go. You got that.
It's like diet beer. You can lose weight while drinking it. So Trevor, one of the reasons we wanted to talk to you is because not only you're a good friend of the show, but also with Eternity, you guys have, you've kind of managed the waters of the pandemic after just opening maybe a couple of years right before that. And tell us a little about how you guys made your way through things.
I guess the same old pandemic story. Now, the brewery itself has been there 8 years, but me and the new ownership, the current ownership, we took it on in June of 2019.
Yeah.
We went to work right away on new marketing, branding. We did some interior improvements, and then we launched the kitchen, and literally one day after that kitchen's grand opening was the first shutdown. So yes, at that point, I don't know if we navigated the waters of the shutdown or just simply managed to fall through it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was kind of a complete reset. And by the time we went through 2 shutdowns, I felt like we were starting over from scratch, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But our staff hung in there with us for the most part, and we were able to keep our really key members employed, and our brewers brewing the whole time. And made the transition to a takeout business as best we could for the short period of time. But it has been a serious struggle. And coming out of the second shutdown, it certainly took a really long time to feel like we got the energy back. But the last couple of months, we've been feeling that energy. We've been feeling it from our customers and our staff. And I feel
Do you think with most of the mask mandates being ended that it's really going to start to turn things out, especially as we get into the nicer weather and downtown events for you guys?
You know, in the broader big picture, yes, I completely agree that I think the further we get from any sort of mandates and constantly being reminded about COVID, the better and more comfortable everybody's going to feel. I think in our particular county and demographic, we've kind of been there for a while already. I don't think a large, I mean, some of my customers, but not a large percentage, still have any real concern. That hasn't been what, kept them away per se. But I think that just coming out of so it hasn't been fear, but I think it's just coming out of the long hibernation, right? And nothing does that better than a little bit of warm weather and getting people back outside, getting people engaged with all sorts of activities. That makes you feel a bit more alive, right? It's like, we had 2 years of cabin fever, I feel like.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. It's like we have been snowed in even through all the seasons.
Well, and I noticed on your website you've got the phrase, because the end of the world can wait. Which I think sort of sums up with the feeling that you were just talking about.
We launched that. That had nothing to do with COVID. That was part of our new logo and our new branding that launched really in March of 2020. Right? Like a week before we actually shut down.
Hey, that's when COVID also launched.
You started it all.
It was like in the works, obviously, for months before that.
Right.
It was, the whole motto of Eternity Brewing was sort of like, we needed our marketing company. When we purchased it, we had hired a marketing company out of Brighton, local guys, Ignite, XDS. Cannot say enough about them. They said, you need a backstory for Eternity. Why is it called Eternity? What's the story? Yeah. And there was a very personal story to the original ownership and why they, they're very faith-based Christian people and why they called it Eternity, but it was no longer really applicable to us. And so the marketing team said, we need like a reason, we need a story. So their model sort of became, because the end of the world can wait, like there's always going to be great beer, there's always going to be strife and troubles. Have a great beer, talk it out. Whatever's ailing you, that can wait till after this next pint.
Well, let me circle back to some of the things you went through during the pandemic, and as we kind of come out of this thing, what kind of cutbacks did you have to make as far as how many beers you were producing and the menu and those kind of things?
Well, yeah, so we had only just launched the kitchen, so we felt very strongly that we had no established takeout business. Right. So we just turned our kitchen right back off, and we put that back in the closet. And then as far as production went, during the first shutdown, we just told our brewers, our two brewers, to keep brewing as normal. We would just inventory it. It keeps a long time. And we pushed really hard on the takeout business, on the to-go beer. Even started running deliveries. But we essentially got rid of all other staff, all of our service staff. And the brewers would just brew and kind of wash the front door. And then the second shutdown, we were really uncertain as to whether or not we were going to survive it again. And the takeout business had really fallen off. I think across the board. The first time, I think everybody really rallied to go out of your way to support small, go out of your way to get takeout business. And the second time, I feel like there was this general sense of exhaustion. I mean, we didn't see that. So the second shutdown, I instructed them just to use up the inventory we had, and we got quite low. And we were within a week or two of calling it quits. And then we got the announcement that we would be reopening. You know how they kept coming kind of last minute. You never know what to expect. So we got that reopening announcement. We hit the ground running. It was a very long, slow, like summer of trying to rebuild and fall. But here we are. Here we are basically now. I mean, it's been a year since that last shutdown officially lifted. Basically, right? I think.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
It's all merged together, Trevor.
It's kind of been a blur for 2 years.
Yeah, so now we're coming back strong. We're brewing full production. We got 5 full fermenters getting ready to drop over the next couple of weeks. So we're going gangbusters, and we're really seeing the energy in the tap room come back. So we're super excited.
Yeah, and I know that you guys, like you said, you're coming back around and trying to get to full output and really get back into the swing of things. And I know, like for instance, you guys are hosting euchre tournaments there. I think there's one coming up for the Walk for Warmth, and then another one for Love Inc. And so, I think it's, great to see you guys get back to full capacity, and then also to get back to being, a big piece of the public participation in this community, which, people really appreciate.
Yeah, we have been working with the Brighton Optimist Club for their Euchre Nights once a month, and they have a different charity benefiting partner, and so that's been fabulous. We've always maintained a trivia on Wednesday nights, which is a great night. We really fill the place up. People have a good time. We're planning a big St. Patrick's Day, party as we should, and we just over last weekend extended our hours to have lunch on Fridays and Saturdays, and some afternoon hours on Sundays. And our full kitchen menu is now back online. So we're gearing up. We're putting our best foot forward, and we're excited to see what the spring continues to bring our way.
Well, we certainly hope things are on the up and up for from here on out for you and everybody at Eternity Brewing Company here in Howell. And we appreciate you checking in this morning, Trevor. Best of luck for 2022.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Kevin. We'll talk real soon.
Yeah,
Have a wonderful day.
yeah. You owe us a beer.
Swing by.
Well, we'll be there in about a half an hour. All right, Trevor. Yeah, we'll just hang out by the door.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a concert.
Trevor said we could have a beer.
All right, Trevor Brooks.
See if the Brewers are there.
Right.
All right, Trevor. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
Gentlemen.
All right, see ya. All right, it's Mike and John in the morning. Of course, got it going on. We've got the Community Spotlight.
Right, brought to you by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at Remax Platinum, a real estate professional with 15 years experience and a passion for building the community. And as we've said, it is a strange housing market right now, and Jordan loves to help clients explore those options, including less experienced ideas, including ideas that less experienced agents may not be familiar with. So even if you're not looking to buy or sell, you just want an expert, call Jordan, 248-444-9777.
Uncle Bill,
Yes,
are you with us, my friend?
I am.
It's Uncle Bill with our School of the Fools segment here on this Wednesday morning. How's it going?
Everything's A-okay.
You know, I before we get into class this morning, you do stand-up comedy, and for those who don't know this, Uncle Bill is a very funny gentleman. I mean, you can tell that from our
I'll tell you what, a backhanded compliment. For those of you who've listened to Uncle Bill for years, you may not know that he's actually
No, but
funny.
I mean, you don't know that he does stand-up comedy, and we've been to a show with Uncle Bill, and just does a great job, very relatable, very fun. And I saw last week that you had done a show, and you didn't even tell us about it, that you were going to be doing a show. So if you've got one coming up,
Yeah.
we need to know.
Okay. No, actually, I don't have anything coming up.
All right. Well, you keep us abreast of things, and we'll make sure that everybody knows.
All right. Not a problem.
That's not true. You do have an appearance here on Mike and John Got It Going On weekly.
Yes. I actually, though, will not be on next Wednesday.
Oh. Well, so much for
All
that.
right. So much. Thanks for the heads
All right.
up.
Well, we're getting
All
ghosted here.
We'll put a rerun on.
Yes, you'll have one of three to pick from. So that'll
Well,
be
yeah.
fun.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you have a substitute?
No, not for
No?
this episode.
Okay, all right, just checking. No, I mean for next week. But you can work on that. All right, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to discuss the Riddler.
The Riddler.
The Riddler.
Yes.
All right, did you go see Batman? Is
No,
that why?
it's
I
the
did go see-
Batman.
I did go see The Batman.
The
I did
Batman.
go see it. Saw it on Thursday.
And?
It was okay. It's not.
Right.
I need to see it one more time.
Wow.
You
Wait
know
a
what it
minute.
is?
You know,
If you're undecided,
yeah.
usually when you say you want to see it again, it's because it was really good. Not
No.
because you need to make up your mind. Did you doze off? Or I know it's like 3 hours
It's
long.
not that I dozed off. It's kind of. People have said it's like Seven. The movie Seven.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like the movie Seven, but instead of the guy hiding the words behind like a refrigerator or a painting,
Yeah.
it's as if he left the clues on a table on a business card that had his name and address.
Okay. So.
It would be as if Morgan Freeman didn't figure out that it was about the 7 deadly sins until the very end of the movie.
So,
And he's like, oh, this is about the 7 deadly sins.
not very suspenseful, is what you're saying.
I just, the to me. Like the motivations of the Riddler kind of make sense, but not really. And that's what maybe I was missing something.
How about Robert Pattinson as the Batman?
The Batman.
How
He's
did he?
fine.
Okay.
He does a great job, and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman does an excellent job.
Okay.
And Paul Dano as the Riddler, for 95% of it, he's all covered up. So it's like you've got this great actor, but it's like watching a garbage bag with glasses do stuff. You know what I mean?
They did the same thing to Cousin Ed and the Addams Family. Couldn't see the guy. And how great was he, huh?
How is he supposed to get an Emmy if he's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't look at his change of expression, you know?
That's, yeah. All right.
They said we don't want him to
All
get an
right.
Emmy.
Well, thanks for the movie review. We got to go. We're out of time.
I won't be here next week. So
Oh, okay.
He'll be in the theater seeing the Batman.
2 weeks from now, I could talk about the Riddler when no one's watching the movie anymore.
Right,
That's
okay, good. Fair enough. All right.
All right, so we're talking about the Riddler.
Yes.
All right.
So true or false, riddle comes from the Latin word ridless, meaning lost reason. Is that true or false?
Gosh. I think that's true.
I think it's false.
All right, so Mike says he thinks that's true.
Yes.
John
Yeah.
most emphatically says that's
Fake.
false.
Fake.
John, you are correct.
Knew it.
Yes. It actually comes from a German word, ridless, which
Yeah.
actually means like, I don't know.
You haven't come to class prepared.
He
No,
doesn't.
no. I'm
All right.
It's not. Yeah.
whatever.
All right.
It's not Greek.
It's
It's
7:10. All right.
You're making
Who
it.
created?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you mad.
Okay.
Did you get the picture of Uncle Bill that I sent, by the way?
I don't
The
know.
one of Uncle
Oh
Bill?
yes, a very young Uncle
Yeah,
Bill.
we're going to post that up right here.
Okay. Who created the character of the Riddler? Is it Tom Thumb, Jim Hand, Bill Finger, or Ted Palm?
Oh, you're in the lead.
All right, Bill Finger.
Oh, John says Bill Finger.
Bill Finger.
Says it quite emphatically.
Yeah.
That was the Palm guy.
Yeah, he gave it
Ted
the finger.
Palm.
He gave it the finger.
Ted Palm.
Mike, you say Ted Palm?
Yes.
All right. John, do you know that for a fact that it was Bill Finger?
I do.
Okay, you are correct.
He did say that. You know what? He said, I should have read it because the face he made, it was like, I'm
Yeah.
confident it's Bill Finger.
Well, he's an interesting story because Bob Kane was given all the credit for creating the Batman character, when in reality, Bob Kane didn't have much to do with it at all. Bill Finger was actually the one that was very instrumental in creating Batman, and he created the Riddler.
Right, and I knew that there was that story. If you would have asked me who was the guy, I wouldn't have had the name. But as soon as you said the name, I recognized it.
I got you.
Name recall.
But that's the way it is. It's a multiple choice question. So,
No, that's the news hound in him, Bill Finger.
all right. Well, John
I've got
is
a
leading
finger.
2-0.
If this wasn't a family YouTube broadcast, I might Bill Finger John.
All right.
All right,
Yeah, they can't
you're
see
number
your-
one.
Riddler has two sidekicks.
Hmm.
Who are they? Are they question and mark, con and nundrum, echo and query, or Pete and repeat? So who are the two sidekicks for the Riddler?
Oh, you're in the lead.
You want me to take it? Oh, gosh, this is question and mark seems too on. It's too on point. It's too on the nose. I'm gonna say it's Pete and repeat.
All right. Mike?
What was the one with Con?
Con and nundrum.
Con and Nundrum sounds like a Riddler thing to me.
All right. It's echo and query. The sidekicks that he has are female. That's kind of a rare thing.
Well, it sounds like the Riddler had it going on too.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. So, all right. Well, Mike, you cannot win this week, but we'll go to the fourth question. In 2016, or I should say as of 2016, that's the better way of saying it, the largest, fastest stand-up roller coaster was Riddler's Revenge. It was located in what state? California, Texas, Georgia, or Florida?
I'm going to say it
Where
was
would one find the Riddler's Revenge?
in the bathroom at Applebee's. I'm going to say Texas.
All right. John says Texas. Mike?
Georgia.
All right. Mike, you accomplished a rare feat. You didn't get any of them right. And John, you didn't get this one right either. It's California. It's Six Flags in Valencia, California. Is where you would find the Riddler's Revenge.
So that's the largest stand-up roller coaster.
The largest, fastest stand-up roller coaster as of 2016.
Yeah.
Now,
we don't know if there's one faster or larger than that.
It's possible.
Named the Riddler anyway.
There you go. So, but I'm sure it's still called the Riddler's Revenge, but it might not be the tallest, fastest thing.
All right.
The tiebreaker was, when did the DC comic number 140 come out, which is when the Riddler premiered. And that would have been October of 1948. So that's when the Riddler made his first appearance.
Okay, that's a little earlier than I might have thought. But,
see, I was never a big fan of the Riddler. I was more of a Penguin and Catwoman fan.
Yep.
You can update your question. The Guinness Book of World Records still has the Riddler's Revenge as the fastest and biggest stand-up roller coaster.
You already won. You don't need extra credit. What is all this about? now you're just piling on.
Teacher, before you dismiss us for the holidays, I wanted to know if we could do an extra book report.
You got any more random facts you want to throw out there to impress the teacher? All right, Uncle Bill. We'll make a note that you're not going to be here. You'll be on spring break next Wednesday, so we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I would not call it spring break, but yes.
Okay. Well, that's what we're calling it.
We'll call it spring break for you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Uncle Bill. Take care, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, School to Fools with Uncle Bill. Very funny stuff, and we learned a thing or two. Well, I learned more than John. He apparently knew so much.
So much.
The Riddler.
If you ask me, I don't know. What did I say?
Want to recall that?
I forgot.
Any recall on it?
I don't know.
No? All right, anything else? Let's let folks know what's coming up this week for the next couple shows.
That would imply that I know what is coming up.
Well, we're talking to Amber tomorrow.
Yeah, Amber Cowles with Upkeep Games in Howell, a new gaming place that opened up, and she's going to talk to us about that. And then on Friday, we're going to be checking in with Daniel Graves at the Pizza Box in Fowlerville. And, of course, Pizza Box, great pizza restaurant that opened up there. Had pizza there a few weeks ago, and it really is beautiful stone oven. So I can't say enough about it, but we're going to talk to Daniel. And, of course, he's got a connection to the Torch, which is also located in Fowlerville, Torch 180. Yeah. And I think we'll be talking on Friday as well, with Rhonda from the Torch. So it's kind of a double Fowlerville
He's doing a lot of thinking
edition.
Lately, I think.
So we'll find out. But that's what's happening.
All right, that's all coming up this week for Thursday and Friday show. Of course, Tim Robinson will be joining us later in the week with a look at local sports.
Shoot.
No, he won't.
No, he is. Oh, wait. Because he sent... Oh, you know what? Darn it. Hold on. He sent us some sports info. Oh, good. It is on Facebook. I was like, if he texted it to me, I can't get to it because it's on my phone. Which is being used for. So, all right. Quick sports. Basketball. Heartland rolled past Lakeland 53-29. Olivia Linden had 11 points to pace the Eagles. They meet Clarkston in Thursday's regional final. Brighton got 20 points from Mary Koppel in a 43-27 win over Ann Arbor Pioneer. Brighton takes on Wayne for a regional title Thursday. And today, Howell plays Linden, and Heartland meets Holly in a boys basketball district semifinal doubleheader at Fenton. Also, Fowlerville home against Chelsea. So I neglected to...
No. Thank you, Tim, for keeping us up.
We got that in there. I apologize, Tim.
We made it in the perfect spot. Don't apologize for this stuff. We just keep rolling.
Yeah, this is actually where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, see how we scripted all that out to make sure it was smooth?
I deserve a cookie for... No, all right.
You already had your...
Yeah, I know.
I think you prematurely had that cookie. All right, our 2-cent history lesson for today. In case you haven't learned anything, today, March 9th, 1562 on this date in Naples, in the city of Naples.
Okay.
Kissing in public was banned.
In Italy?
In Naples, yes. Okay. And declared punishable by death.
Right. Well, it was 1562. So.
If you're kissing in public, well, none of that. You know how those women were back in the 1500s?
Oh, and the guys weren't?
Showing some ankle.
I see. A little double standard there.
There's no kissing in public. Charles Graham. In 1822 on this date.
1822.
Patented false teeth.
Oh.
1822.
Okay. Well, I mean, they were using false teeth before that.
Well, he put it was probably the whole, the ones that you can wind up. That whole mouth set.
The novelty teeth?
No, the whole mouth set. Okay. As opposed to just...
You were doing this, like the wind-up thing.
We probably have a pair of those in one of our lunch boxes.
It's possible.
Albert Potts, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Potts. 1858. Received a patent for the mailbox.
Okay.
When you get your mail today, thank Albert Potts.
Thanks, Al.
No, Albert. He didn't like to be called Al.
Okay.
Or Albie. 1916, a schoolboy's cartoon sketch won a contest sponsored by the Planters Nut Company and became their trademark, Mr. Peanut.
With the monocle and the top hat.
Yeah.
And the cane.
Still pretty classic.
It is.
They may have updated a little bit over the years. But 1964, the first Ford Mustang was produced. And shortly after that, the first midlife crisis.
No, isn't the 64, that was the halfback, and it was like the 64 and a half, or whatever they call it, because it started mid-production year, and they only produced so many of them, and it was like, so if you get the 64, that's like the rare.
But the 65 GT. 69 GT was the cool one. And finally, 1982, since we're talking cars.
I never had a Mustang.
I'll take you for a ride in mine.
I had a Nova. Anyway, go on.
1982, British pop star Gary Newman appeared in court. Go ahead, you can do it if you want.
I'm not doing it now.
Yeah, this big pop star had one hit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Here in
he had a second, hit.
Appeared in court after being spotted waiting for a hamburger while carrying a baseball bat at a drive-thru.
What?
Yeah. Probably a story you never heard before about Gary Newman.
Okay, I did not.
Singing cars. He had a baseball bat in his car and was reported to the police. Apparently they did drop the charges.
All right.
They called it an offensive weapon.
The hamburger or the bat?
But
hey!
That's your 2-cent history lesson. Got some great after the show YouTube only.
Oh God, yeah.
Coming up.
So only for YouTubers. So if you're podcasting us, go to the YouTube and you can get the exclusive content
at the end of the show.
You'll see what you're missing, and you'll go, "Oh, okay, I'm fine."
No, that's where the really good stuff comes.
Well, that's true.
These are what do they call them? Easter eggs.
Right. And, it's like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
We gotta wait till the credits are over.
Okay. Are they rolling? No.
Stop pointing to the screen. Every time you point to the screen, that's more work for me. Keep going. Hey, look at it. Oh, yeah. Please, Jack, get up. Yeah. Find that rare clip. Put that up there, will you?
In honor of the Batman, can you put like a poof or wow? Poof.
More work! All right.
I think it's time for
We're in the post-show exclusive content.
After the potty content.
Okay.
Why do they call it podcast and not patio? We're on the patio.
It's based on iPod.
Right.
So.
And then it's a cast, like a broadcast.
Right. So it was like a podcast.
But most people are in their basements like us doing this kind of thing, aren't they?
Podcasting has come a long way.
They're in their fancy studios.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting there.
You see a lot of that.
If you donate on Venmo, we could get a little bit more of an upgrade.
And people have been very. Hey, it's funny that you speak of Venmo. I just want to think. People have been extremely generous, and so thank you for everyone that has done so. And if you want to support the podcast or the YouTube cast, the Tubecast.
Ooh, the tuber.
Go to Venmo. It's at Mike and John Podcast. And again, we appreciate everyone's support.
I have ventured into the new poster cabinet.
All right, is this a new poster? I think this is the same poster.
Oh yeah, we already did this.
I could tell.
This is a repeat.
I could tell. No, we're not doing it. Yeah,
right, we can't do a repeat.
No. Set that one to the side.
That one's going back there.
Okay. Looking in now, this box that he's looking in. These are all my posters from when I was a teenager.
They kind of smell that way too.
Yeah, well, don't ask. All right, there you go.
Oh, I gotta turn it around. There we go.
There's the classic. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Grateful Dead.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, now,
The story
my
behind the poster.
my brother actually gave me this poster because he was totally into the Grateful Dead before I ever was. And he gave me this poster. I was like, I just like it looks cool. I'm going to hang it up. And my mom saw it because I think he got it when he was in college, you know. And my mom saw it.
It almost feels like
she's
it's
like,
gonna fall
what do you
apart.
mean they're Grateful to be dead? What is that supposed to mean? Oh my God! What is that supposed to mean? Oh my God! We have to take you to the psychologist. Why are you grateful to be dead? Like, yeah, it's a cool picture, Mom. I just like, I'll take it down.
All right.
So that's the story.
So this is what, the third poster we've pulled out
Yeah.
during the podcast? Sorry.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought you were.
it's very possessive of the poster.
My poster.
You know, it's so old. It's got some cracks in it. And it almost feels like it's going to start falling apart, disintegrating.
Yeah, it's old.
But so far we pulled out 3 rock posters, which most teenagers probably have.
Right. Hendrix, Van Halen, and now Grateful Dead.
Where's the supermodel posters?
I don't know that there might
What
be
kind
one.
of guy
I
are
had
you?
Farrah Fawcett, and I had the Cheryl Ladd.
Cheryl Teagues?
I don't think I had Cheryl Teagues.
The
I
Bug
remember when
Girls?
Cheryl Teagues was in Time magazine, and she was wearing a fishnet swimsuit. It was Time magazine, for
Boy,
God's
what
sakes.
kind of porn were you looking at?
And
as
you
a
could
kid?
see her nipples. And I was like, hey, it's the FTK show. And I remember, I'm like looking through Time magazine, reading about whatever, the Ayatollah. And I turn the page, and there's a picture. I'm like, hello!
Well,
then my mom's like, hey, what happened to our Time magazine? I'm reading about the world, Mom!
Yes. The Ayatollah is fascinating. All right, that's your the potty.
Aren't you glad you waited for
Stuck
that?
around for that. All right. Use the pencil to turn
It
off.
won't turn it off. We had a suggestion that we should not reach
My wife
to turn
did.
it off, and I got that.
You know,
but the problem
here's
is,
what we'll do.
here's the big pencil.
It just clunks.
It needs to have like a. We need to attach a
Something.
human finger,
A fake finger.
to the.
One of those fake fingers. Or one of those little hands. You know?
You're right. They do
Doesn't
sell
work.
those. Yeah, it doesn't
All right,
work.
here's what we'll do.
Okay.
All right, go around behind the computer so you don't see the body coming at the camera.
Okay, here's what.
No,
Okay,
not-
then here's what we're gonna do. Because you're gonna see me.
Yeah,
So
all right.
what we're gonna
You're
do
gonna-
is.
No, don't knock it over. There you go. Okay. He's no longer with us. It's just me. Where are we going? All right.
Entertain them.
All right. Entertain them.
They'll never see this
Let
coming.
me entertain you. Oh, they'll never see it coming. Here we go. It doesn't see it. There's your finger. Bill Finger.